Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS Soaps, both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. And this is your Young and the Restless recap for September 22nd. And today, it looked like Jack had to intervene between Diane and Phyllis. Summer and Kyle stick to their guns, and both ladies are gone from Marquette, and Noah unveils his new club when Phyllis stumbles upon a party for Summer and Kyle she wasn't quite invited to yet. But before we unpack this, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel to receive our updates, and don't forget to like and share. We're back over at Jabot, and Diane is roaring at Phyllis to just back off right as Jack Abbott shows up. Now, we see when she does that, because, at this point, Phyllis was the one that initiated this whole thing, but Jack was the one that caught Diane. Jack plays referee and thinks that the two of them should be glad it wasn't Kyle who walked in, so they would be out of their jobs. Now, Diane apologizes for her outbursts and takes off, but Jack realizes it's killing Phyllis not to gloat. Now, after Jack suggests he'll leave Phyllis to her glee, he warns her that you're not quite off the hook either. So over at Chancellor Park, Jack finds Diane crying and sobbing alone. Now, Diane is beating herself up for lashing out and explained that she just been keeping her feelings bottled up for so long, so they exploded. Jack is surprised when Diane pulls out her phone and insisted that Kyle deserves the truth, because this is not typical of Diane Jenkins. Now, although Jack vows to keep his mouth shut, which I was shocked about that, Diane don't want a lie of omission, which could ultimately affect her relationship with Kyle. And you can tell Jack was impressed. So now we're over at the Abbott's house, and Tracy is being really nosy. She's questioning why Allie is home in the middle of the day since she loves the lab. And I'm like, why are you keeping tabs on her? She at home, so what? Now, Allie hints about a secret that's not ready to be revealed as yet, and she said that it has something to do with Noah, so we'll have to find out. These two are being extra nosy and making assumptions over at Crimson Lights, because we see Mariah and Tessa is talking about finalizing some plans before they spot Kyle and Summer nearby. Now, Tessa is acting like this encounter could ruin everything, and Mariah is urging her, just play it cool. Now, there's some confusion over the photos Summer and Kyle are complaining about, and Tessa assumes that they're from her photo shoot. They should have just asked. Now, however, Kyle and Summer clarify that they're simply just trying to settle on a vow renew theme, and that Tessa did a great job. That's what she get. And then we get to see Noah peeping around the corner. He finally joined this whole wedding redo conversation, but he drags Mariah and Tessa off to discuss something very mysterious, which had Kyle and Summer looking like, what the heck is going on? So now, once Noah, Tessa, and Mariah meet up with Allie over at the Abbott house, they hope Tracy evening is free. So Tracy gets recruited for Kyle's and Summer's surprise, which would be this whole pre-vow renewal party at Noah's new club. Now, the only problem is whether or not to invite Diane and Phyllis, since they could stir up conflict, but they are the moms of the bride and the groom. Now, Allie comes up with this whole idea to stagger the arrivals. So Tracy thinks that they should invite Diane first, since she'll be easier to get rid of than Phyllis. So back at the coffee house, Phyllis approached Summer and Kyle to tell them that something has happened. And suddenly we see Kyle get a text message from Diane. So they all head back over to Jabot for a meeting about the earlier incident. Now at the Jabot office, we're back over there. Phyllis act like Diane is the only one that's owning up because she got caught by Jack. Now Jack insisted, well, wait a minute, she was very remorseful, and Diane backed that up with a whole speech about how she shouldn't have lost her temper. Phyllis mocks the performance. She called it a little performance, but Diane presses on and acknowledged the zero tolerance policy that they were warned about. Instead of making a plea to save her job, Diane just insists that, you know what, Kyle, I'm going to spare you and Summer from firing me, and I'll just officially resign. Now, after Summer and Kyle turn to Phyllis, she flips out over them expecting her to resign too. Phyllis turns the blame to Diane, but the rules specify that it didn't matter who started what. Now, Kyle insists that they'll be sorry to see them both go, and then, of course, both Phyllis and Diane leave, and, Phyllis is just upset at this point. Now, Jaxs puts a suggestion on the table is just to let the ladies stew for a while and offering them later a one final chance. Kyle and Summer is like, I don't know if our moms even deserve it, before deciding that they'll see how they're going to handle it. Now, if Diane are crafting apology letters, then they can talk. Now, if they're planning on waging war, then Phyllis and Diane will be out of chances. Now, over at Crimson Light again, Phyllis is blasting Summer for firing her because of something Diane did. Summer reminds Phyllis of the agreement 24 hours ago and point out that they don't have time for extra drama while trying to run a major fashion company. After Summer gets Noah's text summoning her to come to the Grand Phoenix, she assumed that it's about his club. Phyllis now wants to tag along, but Summer thinks, you know what, I think we need some space and we just kind of need to sleep on this and let's just talk about it in the morning. And of course, Phyllis don't want to hear that. It blew up in her face. She started this mess. Diane tried to walk away. You stepped in front of her and now you out of a job and out of a hotel because you sold it just to be over there. And this is when we get to hear all the voices in Phyllis's head thinking to herself that she can't let Diane win. And she decides that Summer just need a little nudging to see that Diane was wrong. Phyllis runs off to track Summer down. I kind of wish they had cameras in that hallway. They'll see exactly who initiated, and it was Phyllis. Now we're over at Society, and Kyle finds Diane moping at the bar. Now, after Kyle says that he's proud of Diane for how she handled herself, he assures her that it was just business and it won't affect their personal relationship with him or with Harrison. So then Mariah texts Kyle to come to the Grand Phoenix and bring his mom. Kyle says, I wonder, is this an issue? Take a look. And he showed her the text message where they're asking not only Kyle, but Diane to show up to see Noah's new space. Now, they kind of cross paths with Summer before all of them and the party guests yell out surprise and reveal the pre-wedding bash. So Kyle and Summer express how grateful they are before Summer steps aside to speak to Noah. Since Kyle's parents is there, Summer asks about, okay, where am I? And Noah have a plan. So Nick is on his way and explains the staggered arrival idea for Phyllis. Summer thinks that's an absolutely brilliant idea, especially since the cold day that they've had with the two moms. Noah has a plan to get Diane out the door in time, but he spots Phyllis arriving unexpectedly and realizes, ooh, we hit a snag. Now, Phyllis takes in the party scene as she wonders, what the heck is going on here? And this is about to turn ugly because all of the Abbotts, including Diane, is there. Noah is like, oh, this blew up in my face. Diane is looking like, yeah, see, that's what you get. And then Phyllis looks like she's about to blow her top and she's about to lose it. Okay, so there you have it, your Young and the Restless recap for Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. Stay tuned for the Bold and the Beautiful recap also for today. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.